Hi, I'm Chris Bolton from Fenn, and I'm here to talk about our new NF automated swager feed. With a lot of requests from our customers, in particular with fine size needles, microtubing, hypodermic tubing, Fenn designed a automated feed for really precise, accurate feeding on our NF swager.
At the heart of the NF automated feeder is a control station featuring B&R automation and a 5.7-inch touchscreen with an easily programmable operator interface. The operator interface consists of 4 main screens: the run screen, a setup screen, a machine data screen, and last but not least, an alarm screen. The run screen is loaded by default and is the main screen used during production runs. Found on the left side of the screen is production information. 3 part boxes display how many parts are required, completed, and remaining for a particular production run. Your operator would click on the required box and input the number of pieces needed for a particular job. Once this value is inserted, the machine will automatically recognize how many pieces are needed to swage and display that as the remaining quantity. Please note, at the bottom left corner of the run screen, there is a counter reset button. When the counter reset button is pressed, the completed part value will reset back to 0. On the right side of the aforementioned part boxes are 3 timer boxes. These boxes will allow your operator to view how long it takes for each step, part, and job to be completed, and are mainly used for display purposes only. Located on the far right side of the run screen are a series of buttons that will become very instrumental in operating the automated feeder. The uppermost button is the production start button. When lit green, this button enables a production run to start. Found right beneath this button is a red production stop button. When this button is pressed, the production run will stop once the current part cycle is completed. Please note, in cases of emergencies, please press the e-stop button. The e-stop button will stop the swager and automated feeder in a complete, immediate fashion. The third button on the list is a machine reference button. This button is used to reference the machine back to its programmed home position after an initial startup, after stopping a machine during a production run, or after resetting any alarms. In order to reset active alarms, the 4th button, also known as the reset button, needs to be pressed, which will then require the machine to be re-referenced back to its home position. These 4 buttons are the main run buttons on the automated feeder operator interface and control when production runs can be enabled and or disabled depending on a particular circumstance. The last 2 buttons located on the bottom right side of the run screen are the swager control buttons. By default, the auto button is enabled to allow the swager to run as soon as the production start button is pressed. Now there are instances where it may be ideal to run individual pieces or operate the swager as a standalone unit. By pressing the auto button, it can be triggered off, and then the swager will be allowed to run in a manual fashion. With all automation comes programming, and this will bring me to the next screen titled the setup screen. The setup screen allows your operator to test and configure the automated feeder's required positions to accurately swage your desired material. Loader and shoot buttons located on the upper left part of the setup screen activate the responding element by either raising or lowering the corresponding unit. Located right next to the loader and shoot buttons is a gripper pressure index scale. By clicking the pressure box and entering a value, or using the slide, the resulting gripper pressure can be altered. The most important element of the setup screen is the Teach Motor Positions tab located on the upper right side of the screen. When one of the 5 position indicator bubbles is selected, a desired position can then be stored to teach the stepper motor the new position for each of the 5 feeder steps. The current position box displays the motor's current position, while the stored position box displays the last value taught for each swager step. By using the stepper motor buttons located on the bottom of the setup screen, the motor can be jogged to a new desired position and taught to the automated feeder by clicking the Teach button. This would then change the stored position value to the newly desired position. As much as the setup screen is used to teach the automated feeder its new positions for each of the 5 feeder steps, the next screen titled Machine Data is where the behind-the-scenes feeder controls can be found. The machine data screen consists of 5 subscreens, in which only 3 of them are widely used. These 3 tabs are titled Swage, Timers, and Transport. The Swage subscreen contains all programmable information pertaining to the pre-swage and swager feeder steps. On this screen, the positions, motor speed, and gripper pressure can be changed to a new desired value. These values are then used during a production run. Please note, when using the setup screen to teach the feeder, any taught value will overwrite the value found within the machine data subscreens. The timer subscreen consists of 8 timer boxes that can be changed to speed up or down different steps in regards to the swaging. The third subscreen is a transport screen. Just like the swage subscreen, the transport screen contains all programmable information pertaining to the feeder's home, pickup, and drop-off steps. On this screen, the positions, motor speed, and gripper pressure can be changed to a new desired value. These values are then also used during a production run. Just like before, please note, when using the setup screen to teach the feeder, any taught value will overwrite the value found within the machine data subscreens. Now that we have covered the behind-the-scenes controls of the feeder, it is time to describe the 4th main screen titled the alarm screen. The alarm screen displays active alarms that will disable the swager feeder from running. The NF automated feeder contains 10 alarms, with each one of them needed to be resolved and reset before a production run can occur. In order to reset any active alarms, the alarm reset button, located either on the operator control station and/or the run screen, must be used. Note, the motor will need to be re-referenced after resetting any alarm.
With an easy-to-use operator interface and custom software, your team can go from setup to production in a matter of minutes. 4 simple interface screens allows your operator to program, save, and run production without a very difficult setup process. Once you have your program set up and saved, simply enter the number of parts required to run and press the green start button. Designed with your operator in mind, 6 sub-assemblies featuring the base, swager, control panel, driving gripper unit, part presenter, and collection chute all come together to give your team a fully turnkey automated solution. So whether you're in the medical, aerospace, electronics, or really any industry swaging micro-sized rod and/or tubing, the new Fenn automated feeder is a must-have for your team. I appreciate you taking your time with us today. Thank you.